Morning, this is Comm 1600 Group Interactions. We are group number 4. My name is Daniel Meynet. I was the leader of the group to go to Mount Everest for the challenge, for the midterm project. As the leader, I was in charge of everyone making sure they got to the top safe. And if they did not get to the top, make sure they were safe and healthy by the end of it. I ended up making it to the top. We all had health at the very end, and that was the end goal. And we all worked so well as a team.
Alright, so my name is Katie Davis, and for the simulation, I was the marathoner. So some of my individual goals were to reach the summit without frostbite, and also reach the summit so I could have a multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal. And in the end, I did not make it to the summit. I made it to Camp 4 before I had to be rescued.
Hi, my name is Jessica Granados. I was the photographer of the group, and my main personal goals were just to take photos at camps 1 and 2. So I kind of, my main goal wasn't to reach the summit. I just kind of followed my team.
My name is Salma Aceves, and for the Mount Everest simulation, I was the physician, and my main goal was to make sure that everybody was in good physical condition, that they weren't passing out or dying. I ended up summiting.
I'm Emma Wilson, and for the simulation, I was the environmentalist, and my main job was to just clean up the mountain. I did not make it to the summit, but I stayed at Camp 4 and managed to meet my goal of cleaning up the trash after the team had left.
First and foremost with this project was to work well as a team, and that went really well. Right when we sat down together, we all knew that we were all friendly, same type of attitudes, and same type of morals and everything, so we worked really well together. We turned into a big group, kind of like a business situation, and we became friends with each other. We coordinated with each other. We got each other's phone numbers so we can talk and discuss the meeting and what we were supposed to do. And I think because we had a foundation in the very beginning, it made us work well together for the rest of the time together.
So some things that did not go well. So not all of us summited, but in a way, I don't even think that's really something that's bad, because our main focus as a team was just to stick together, and for certain people their roles were to stay at camps, so we tried to space out that in the end everyone made it to at least Camp 4. Some of us tried to summit, and some of us did not make it, but we tried our best just to stick together as a group, and even though we didn't always achieve that goal, we tried our best to do that.
We were able to successfully plan our meetings by texting each other beforehand. We didn't really have any unnecessary meetings. All of our meetings had a goal and a purpose, and we did this by texting each other and letting each other know what times we were available. And we also went around class conflicts, and we scheduled around each other's time.
Yeah, also another thing with managing conflict, I feel like we were really good at it. I feel like when we were choosing our role, we were all okay with each other. We naturally chose our role. There was really no debate there. And then certain days where we had to make decisions where a person had to be left behind, we all kind of found a way to do what's best for the group as opposed to each other individually.
Yeah, I think during the simulation, when there was conflict or one of us was trying to make an important decision, it really helped having the rest of the team there to manage that conflict and make that decision, because they were able to give feedback. And I think this will really help us next time we work together and for future times that we are in the group situation together. We know each other's strengths really well, and the weaknesses we are able to kind of go around or work around really well. And I think the fact that we're very comfortable with each other, are good at communicating with each other, is a really effective thing for future meetings, future group projects together.
And what seems like it should have been just a simple transmission of just black and white, we do this, the Mount Everest challenge, we get to the top and we move on. A simple task like that turned into many different things. There were social worlds, social constructions were involved in how we had to work together. We all had different personalities and different scenarios of what we had to do. So it wasn't just go in and go out and get the job done. We had to work together and do different tasks within the group to figure out what we needed to do. And that ended up working very well with each of us, and how we all used each other's personalities to our benefits, our our strengths, and ended up coming out with the end goal of being healthy on the mountain, and now we're all friends in the future.
Yeah, and in the simulation, we all came from different institutions, and because not all of us came from the same place or the same background, but on the mountain we were all together, we were all one system, so I thought that was really powerful in the way that even though we all had separate goals and separate, like, just things we wanted to achieve, we all came together as a system to stick together, like make sure we were all well and healthy, and made sure that we all just were together as a team rather than 5 individuals.
I think that's like an example of like during the simulation when we were trying to divide the oxygen tanks. I think that's like a good example of like us coming together, working together when everyone needed something different, but we were able to really plan it out. And I thought that was a great team dynamic, and also using those things that we've learned in like lecture and noticing them through that situation was another really powerful thing during the simulation.
We were able to accommodate each other's, like, based on their needs and like what they needed. So I think we did that really well.
Yeah, and I also think because we like work so well with each other, we're so comfortable. Like we were able to express our opinions more openly and like get more creative and innovative with like our solutions and stuff like that. And actually made it so like not one person was alone in each camp. There was always at least 2 people.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I think it was easier to make decisions, but the closer we got to the summit, the more difficult it was about who stayed back, who went. But I think we really worked through those conflicts really well because we were comfortable with sharing our opinions and not really fearful of upsetting someone else or like scared to pitch an idea that we thought was effective, because in the end we all are pretty comfortable with each other, and we wanted to like really make sure that we achieved our goals like as a team rather than individuals first.
And as Professor Koshman said, trust is the biggest part of any group. And because we developed a strong trust, the core group in the beginning, the trust, we kept building on that. We kept working well together. So every time there was a situation where we needed oxygen on halfway up the mountain, we trusted that each one of us wanted the other one to succeed so that we can work well together. And we kept building on that. So starting the initial foundation of trust, we kept building on that and kept fine-tuning it, found out that we wanted to work well together, and it just kept going up from there. And nothing was too bad on that.
Yeah, and there was a situation where Emma had severe altitude sickness, I think it was, and there was only one inhaler to dole out, and so we decided at that moment that it was best for her to have an inhaler and not save it for later. Like, it was just like an executive decision where that's kind of a really difficult decision, because if there's only one inhaler in all of us, we know we're going to get altitude sickness at one point, that it's like important that we all agree that she would get the inhaler at that moment so that she could continue on her climb with us.
And that was like at the beginning of the simulation too, so it was like really nice to like talk about that. Like it was an issue that came up, but we were able to talk about it so well and like reach a conclusion on it very easily. So that was like great.
Because I feel like a lot of other like less like cohesive groups would be very argumentative, like, and want to save it till the very end, and then ultimately all people would pass out
Or
and
not
it would
even
be
use
good.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. So I think it's a good decision that we made to use it earlier on because you needed it. And
would have died.
Yeah, we also did a lot of risks in our
Yeah.
group. Like we were able to like kind of trust each other, like Daniel said, and kind of just like take risks. So yeah.
Yeah, like there was a point where 3 of us needed like a lot of oxygen.
Yeah.
And there was only one inhaler, so we
Sorry.
took our inhaler. But I mean, it was like an executive decision. We're like, yeah, she needs it the most. As a team, I feel like nobody gets left behind. So.
And because we worked so well together on this project, we can't wait for the next projects, and we know we're going to work very well on the next ones. So we welcome the challenge, and we look forward to it.